Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan and welcome to my January setup plan with me. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be setting up my January month view, my dashboard, and 2 notes pages in my Erin Condren Life Planner. And if you decide at some point during this video that you like the looks of this planner or you think it could help you get organized, there is a link for you down in the video description, including $10 off your first Erin Condren. I'm going to do decorative planning, which means I'm going to decorate my planner. And I have a sticker kit from my shop, Plan Sarah Plan. This one is called Delft Pottery, and the month view has these stickers and some of these. The dashboard will have these, and I'm looking forward to this. It's more of a monochromatic color palette than what I'm used to. So let's get started. This is, of course, the first month of 2025. I have company from out of town right now, still here for the Christmas holiday. My sister is here, and today, as of my filming of this video, it is December the 28th. And we still have some Christmas festivities left to go. On New Year's Eve, my family will have our family Christmas. That's what we have been doing for several years. It works out really well that way. And I still have some things to wrap for that. We had a very low-key Christmas day, and that was mainly with my mother, my stepmother, my sister, and my husband. And it was a lot of fun, actually. And my sister's husband came by for a bit as well. He has been visiting his family, who also live here. And so we had a nice time just visiting and hanging out. And she is still here, so we're still having a sort of vacation time / regular work time. Today I filled a whole lot of Etsy orders and shipped them off, and of course I am filming this now, so this is sort of a work day for me. It just seemed like a good day to catch up on a few things. And then after setting up my January in my Erin Condren, I'm going to be shifting my focus to finishing the year-long scrapbooks that I make for our kids, and they are adults, and I just take whatever photos that they've either shared with me or that I've taken and make them a nice scrapbook of 2024. And that is a lot of work and it's a lot of fun, but I'm going to be shifting into just doing that after I spend some time getting caught up with planning things. All right, on this sidebar, I'm going to put my bills that are due for the month. And because I was talking to you just now, I forgot 2 things. I forgot that it's easier for me to write these down before I place this sticker. That's no biggie. I also forgot that my planner has a little bit of a quirk to it. For 6 months, it has an extra wide sidebar. So last month, I think I put down some skinny washi tape. What you see here is a little white strip where that extra wide sidebar is kind of showing up. Normally, this little sidebar sticker fits perfectly, but I think this is just a one-off with my planner, and it is a little bit off in the measurements. I'm going to be right back because I'd like to go into time lapse to put down these date covers. Now that we've got the foundation all set up, the next thing I'm going to do is put a little car on the bottom left corner of every Friday, and that is just to remind me that it's car care day, and we do a couple of things on car care day. We run the car through the car wash, we vacuum it out, toss any trash, and fill up the tank with gas. And I just like the look of those little cars. All right, next thing we're going to do is mark church days and the one day that I will be playing piano in church. I've got some church buildings here, and last month I think I used these little guys for church. I did. I'm not going to do that this time, I don't think, because I'm going to use them to mark lesson numbers, because the piano spring term starts up on the 7th, so I can use them for lesson 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to do them all like this, except only one of them will say piano at church, and then we'll just pop them down on all of these Sundays. We have 4 Sundays. Next, we're going to do kind of some self-care things. I sometimes call it beauty week if all of this lands in the same week. But I help my mom with things 3 days a week, and normally on the first Wednesday of the month, she gets her haircut, but that's New Year's Day, so her haircut is on the 8th, and then I do my own hair color 2 months in a row, and then I go and get it professionally done on the 3rd month. So I go get it professionally done like 4 times a year. And we are going to combine our mani and pedi and get that done on the 6th this month. Sometimes that is split up on Monday and Friday, but I have a workshop, or I'm doing a talk on a composer, and it's for my local music teachers group, and it's right around that same time that the mani and pedi would have been. I lifted up the little car and the 3 from Friday the 3rd because there is going to be a Christmas luncheon that day. We decided to do it later this year than we normally do it due to some conflicts and different difficulties than normal time. So I'm moving the car down here so we could use a nice big box for that Christmas lunch. Likewise, I lifted up my tin in the car on Friday the 10th, because that's kind of a big deal, where I'm going to be presenting the workshop for our music teachers group. I'm just going to put these right back down where they were, but on top of this big sticker. All right, I mentioned a little while ago that piano lessons start up on the 7th. So I've taken these little 4, well, there's 5 of them, but I've taken 4 of them. They're just like little stickers, and piano is in the later part of the day, so I'm just marking that lesson 1, and that applies to Tuesday through Friday, and lesson 2, etc. And also on the first day of when the spring term begins, I have a dental cleaning, and I don't have any dentist-like stickers, so I'll just write a plain event label for that. We have 2 birthdays this month. My husband's is over here, and I think what I'm going to do is just put the balloons at the top of the day and then a little birthday banner underneath. And there's another one on Sunday the 19th. Now this might bang right into the steeple of the church, but looky here, this worked out because I had not pushed the steeple down. So tuck the birthday right underneath it. For a couple of paydays, what I'm going to do is combine these dollars with payday, and I'm going to do, I think, like I did last month. Well, it's going to bump into Joseph Hoffman, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it this way with the money sticking up and then the payday overlapping that with like just a little banner that says payday. It's not my favorite way to do it, but I think it's the best way for this case, I've got some washi tape that matches this bottom border that I'm going to put along the left side, and I'm going to have to sneak up these little balloons in order to tuck the washi underneath. That worked out fine. And I'm going to use the second one and then just cut it off with a handy scraper right underneath the sundae. Okay, now, and like I said before, this would have been easier if I had written on this sidebar sticker before I placed it, but since I forgot, I'm just going to write on this all of the bills that I want to make sure that I pay, like that. And so my monthly spread is mostly done. We're going to move on to the dashboard now, and before I tackle the substance of what's going to happen here, I'm going to just cover up these boxes with stickers from this Delft Pottery kit, so everything coordinates nicely. And what I normally do with these boxes, and will do this month, is put my book of the month in the tall box that I just put down, put my goals of the month in this box, put the themes for each of the weekly spreads here, and then the bottom box will be for tiny little photograph memories. Okay, and we have headers to go along with these. So my goals will go here, and sticker kits or themes will go here. My memories or memories this month will go there, and I'll save the book of the month sticker until we put it down. Now, if you watched last month, you know that I chose 2 books for my book of the month. I only got through this one, and I did not get through this one. So I'm carrying it forward. And this one, I just had it staggered like this. Only the top part of the backing had been peeled off. It's still pretty sticky, and I have all of that left. So we're going to move the 12-week year. This says field guide. That's because I have a printed version of the field guide, but there is also an original book, and I have it on Audible. I'm listening to that, the 12-week year, and I am using the field guide as a workbook, because that's kind of what it is. Why did I put it up that high? I have no idea why I did that, because book of the month is supposed to go there. Why did I put it that high? Am I going to have to put this at the bottom this time? Yeah, it's okay. Normally this goes at the top, but that's not bad. Okay, over here I will put a thicker washi strip and a header that says prayer of the month. I write a prayer for each month. And I don't pray it in this plan with me, but I pray it at the end of my weekly plan with me's. Here we go. I'm looking for this header. And the prayer will be uploaded to the file area of my Facebook group, Plan Sarah Plans Planner Circle. And you are invited to join that group if you like this sort of stuff, talking about planners and faith sometimes. It's mostly just planner content, and you are welcome to join. And you will have to make sure you answer all 3 of the questions. I had to turn down 3 people this week because they answered like 1 or 2 questions. And the reason that I'm picky about that is because you've probably seen fake accounts on Facebook before. And I'm just trying to shield the group from that in case there are any bots or whatever they are or fake accounts trying to get in and scam our group. I don't want that to happen. So just make sure that you answer all of the questions. All right, so that's where the prayer of the month's going to go. This is where my goals are going to go. And I've gone ahead. You PowerSheets users, I know what you're thinking. I haven't done my PowerSheets move-in video yet, setup video, but I have filled out my tending list for January. And it's, well, that's my weekly rhythms, like seasonal weekly schedule. Okay, here's my tending list right here. And I wrote at the top, January is just another month, because there's a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves, and sometimes we just kind of get out of the air when people talk about their New Year's resolutions and wanting a fresh start. I'm all about that fresh start, but I don't want to have the pressure associated with it. It's another month. And my priority is the Joseph Hoffman talk that I'm doing for the music teachers. So I filled out my tending list, and I'm just going to transfer some of that stuff to this goals box. Let's go on to the themes for each week. So for the first week of January, starting on December 30th and ending January 5th, the kit is going to be called Golden Hour, and it's from Boulder Bond, and I will show you that in just a moment. Here's a peek at some of the sheets. I won't go into detail here, but here are the full boxes. It's obviously a New Year's theme, and you've got some New York City skyline images there, and checklists with golden balloons or rose gold balloons, and a lot of really beautiful deco that I will show more when I actually get to this plan with me. But that's called Golden Hour. It's from Boulder Bond. You can get a discount if you want to get this kit or some other kit from Boulder Bond. The website is boulderbond.com. And the discount you can use is Sarah15 for 15% off. Okay, the second week from January 6th through the 12th is going to be the matching kit to this monthly kit, and I'll show you that. It's just called Delft Pottery. Okay, so here is that kit. It is for either vertical planners or hourly planners if you're using Erin Condren. A little special full box, a freebie. This freebie also comes with the monthly kit, by the way. And then some date covers, event labels, and this kit has a new layout that I'm experimenting with. Smaller icons and smaller scripts, but more of them, and we're just gonna use that for a while in my weekly kits. 3 sizes of washi, and some full boxes and outlined little dots. So that's Delft Pottery. You would go to plansarahplan.etsy.com, and you can use a discount there as well. It is PSP YouTube 15. PSP YouTube 15, and that's for 15% off. Then when we get to the third week, January 13th through the 19th, I'm going to use my very first Simply Gilded kit. It's called Hearth. So I've heard of Simply Gilded for years. This is my first package from Simply Gilded. I went ahead and signed up for the monthly subscription, and I will just stop that when I am ready to. But it came with all of this, and everything has metallic accents on it. So here we have a month's worth of numbers and small icons. These look like they are washi stickers or rub-ons. I think they're probably, maybe they're not washi stickers. Maybe they're just kind of frosted clear stickers. And some larger ones, these could be rub-ons. I'm not absolutely sure what these are. And then some full boxes. Snow is falling and hearts are glowing, it says on one of them. And you get snow scenes and just kind of general coziness here. And some kind of header cover-ups for your vertical layout. You can use some of those to change your color scheme. And then you have, goodness, how many of these? 3 Mondays there, and then we have a Monday down here. So I think you have 4 weeks worth of date covers. No, 8 weeks worth. I don't know if everybody gets 2 of these or if that was a mistake. I don't know. You get a whole lot. Look at all this. Now, numbers wise, we don't have that many weeks worth. There's just this one sheet for the numbers, but you could just not cover up your numbers, or, well, we'll figure it out when we get there. And then these little things say meeting appointment, important, and I'm spending too much time on this, so I'm going to hurry up. You have some like top 3 sort of checklists, beautiful, and lots of deco and bows, all of it with gold foiling. And event labels, these feel like they're vinyl. And there we are, back to these date covers. So that is called Hearth. It's from Simply Gilded. I don't know if you can still get Hearth. It was, I believe, the December subscription. And I'm brand new to Simply Gilded, so don't quote me on that. It may have been the November subscription. I don't know, but it is Simply Gilded. All right, for the 4th week, and that one is January 20th through the 26th. It will be viewer's choice, and I will take a poll in my Facebook group, and the members of the group will choose what the theme will be. And with that, the dashboard page is finished. The only thing left to do now is my memory verses, and let me show you something I'm doing a little bit differently for 2025. I'm not using my Moxie Life to keep track of my memory verses. I'm going to use instead this cute little Bold Blooms pocket planner from Erin Condren. It comes with a fine liner. It's like a dark gray. It's dark enough gray that you can see it when you write with it. It's just a fine tip marker there. Mine says 2025 on the front, and you can choose either initials or something like that. And I set it up a little bit already, but let me just show you the gist of what I'm going to do with this. 2025 memory verses. These are tabs that don't come in this pocket planner, but they are available from Erin Condren. And I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they're like just kind of clear tabs. And they came with 4 months worth of this color, 4 months in the next color, and 4 months in the third color. So in the back, there are also like 3 or 4 blank tabs. So I used one of the blank tabs here, where I go back to this page. This is going to be the master list, and I've already chosen the verses all the way through the 23rd week of the year. So I will continue to add to that. So the first 4 of these are going to be the verses that I use for my memory verses in January. I'm going to write January on those 4 little spots there. Okay, so I'm going to actually write those verses out here, and I'll do it in time lapse so it won't take forever. And before we proceed with that, I just have to give a shout out to Bonnie from Boulder Bond. You see this little canvas bag that I'm cramming in here. It's not as big as it might look because I've got it close to the camera, but it's like 12 to 13 inches across. She sent me this for a Christmas present, and she also sent me this Bible. And let me show you. This is a really neat Bible. In fact, we will copy the memory verses out of this Bible. It's an ESV, and it's by the art, or the design of it is by Lulu Wallace. Am I saying that right? Lulu Wallace. And I think this design must be called Martha. So she's done this cover design and also probably these end pages. And I haven't put my name in it yet, but it's the English Standard Version of the Bible, and it is a journaling Bible. So after we get through the contents and the preface, well, even the contents and the preface are set up this way, you have room for journaling. So this is really neat. You could pull out a favorite verse and just kind of write it in an artsy way, or you could just take notes over on the side. But the ESV is one of my preferred translations. I mean, I like them all, honestly. The NIV is another one that I like, and even the New Living Testament. I'm kind of nuts about that, just because it reads so well. So what we're going to do is turn to those first 4 verses and copy them right out of here. So Psalm 119, verse 11, in the ESV, it's worded this way: I have stored up your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And the way I memorized this a long time ago is, thy word have I hid in my heart that I might not sin against thee. But I'm just going to highlight it with no ruler. This is a Mr. Pen highlighter, and we're going to see if it bleeds through. It does not bleed through, so nice. The next verse is from 2 Corinthians. It's chapter 5, verse 17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. For the third week, we go to Romans chapter 12, verses 4 and 5. And this was actually a memory verse in 2024. I can't remember exactly how far back it was, but it is, for as in one body we have many members, and the members do not all have the same function, so we, though many, are one body in Christ, and individually members one of another. Doesn't hurt to have these verses repeatedly. That takes us to the last verse for January. It's from 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 18. But as it is, God arranged the members in the body, each one of them as he chose. By the way, it's not Lulu, it is Luli Wallace. The Martha pattern reflects the same aesthetic found in my original artwork. Applying my artistry to textiles, my prints aim to capture the layers, painterly splatters, and natural use of color I am consistently drawn to. The hope is that each reader will feel the joy and warmth of this pattern. So there we are, it's Luli Wallace. My sticker scraps are going to go on this page, and it will just make a very abstract pattern when all is said and done. I know that I'm probably not going to use some of these headers, so I'm going to go ahead and plop them down. I'll take the prayer list one, and I could put it right here on this page. This is where I'm going to be writing out this verse once a day, and I might as well put a prayer list right here. I think that's a great use for that sticker. Not only that, but the Grateful For sticker I'm going to put down here in this bottom area. You might not be able to see that this is broken into 3 boxes, and this one is headed with to do. I'm not going to need a to do in this particular use of the pocket plant. A few more scraps. I'm not going to put every single sticker down as a scrap because I feel like I might need it at some point during the month. And yeah, some of these I might even use in a weekly spread, so I'm going to save those. I'm going to save these event labels, and then I just realized I forgot to put this down on the dashboard page, so that goes right here. And I'm going to save all of these event labels and maybe consolidate. I was going to say just consolidate. Okay, and I think we've got one more sheet. This one here, I very often, if not always, use these little strips to make a header that's more substantial than just what it looks like right now, but I opted not to give myself more room to write. I know I'm going to save these for adding events to my monthly spread. And I could, well, I'm going to save these because you know what I could do is if I have something that stretches across some days, like 2 days especially, maybe 3, I could use these. We'll just save this and see if I end up using some of that. And I'm going to go ahead and put down the freebie deco because it's not really Delft pottery without it, except for that. Yeah. So let's just take a look at everything and recap. My memory verses went on the notes pages that precede the month view. Sticker scraps here. This is also a great area to put a favorite photo of the month. My monthly spread, which will be added to, but it basically has the appointments that I know of and some important dates, as well as the list of bills that I want to make sure that I remember to pay. My book of the month, which is the 12-week year, and I can show you the field guide. I don't know if I brought this down last month, but the field guide looks like this. So it's basically a workbook, and I'm listening to the audiobook of the original 12-week year, and then we'll be filling out this field guide. Some goals for the month, the themes for the month, a space for photo highlights, and I will print out my prayer of the month once it's written and print it on sticker paper so that I can just affix it to the page. And next week is going to be Golden Hour by Boulder Bond. Let me show you again. So the green and this teal do not go at all with this, but we are going to transform this week so that it fits this theme. Okay, so that's going to do it for this monthly setup plan with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had fun hanging out, and I hope that if you're starting a brand new planner, mine's on the academic year, so this is the 7th month in this planner, but I know a lot of people, maybe even most people, have their planners on the calendar year. So a lot of you are probably starting your brand new planner. Have so much fun setting it up, and don't be afraid to write in it. You got to go ahead and just make those marks. Don't try to be perfect. You know, I'm making a video, so I try to be perfect, but I'm not. You know, like case in point was when I removed the extra book of the month here, and I had some sticky area that I needed to cover up so it wouldn't stick to this page, and I just covered it with washi stickers, and it doesn't look particularly good. But that's okay. We don't have to be perfect. Our planners are supposed to help us, and we're not, you know, a slave to them. So anyway, that is going to do it for this video, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.